Michael from Richmond has a question about disposals and replacing them.
Well, I love Michael. Michael is a do-it-yourselfer, handyman guy. He's trying to figure stuff out, and he loves the show.
Thank you.
He says, but his last big project was putting in a ceiling fan, and he was proud of himself for getting it done. Like, good for you.
If it doesn't end up on the floor, you did a good job.
Yeah, I've put one of those. I've put one of those in. You know how many more I'll ever put in?
Nice.
All right. So anyway, Michael writes, it seems like somewhat easy job of putting in a disposal until I learned it takes over 3 hours. Of course, I will follow the instructions, but wanted your tips or thoughts, what I need to do to make sure I do it right and what to look for. I know this is an extremely basic question, he says, Tom, and your knowledge should be used for far more advanced topics.
Yes.
But he loves your show.
Thank you.
I'm reading what he wrote.
No,
so he figured you
I
could
didn't
help
think you
him
made
out.
this up.
No. So what sage wisdom do you want to vend forth for Michael?
When you're doing a garbage disposal and replacing an existing one, chances are you have a certain brand. I would think it would be an incinerator. It's the most common one used. Mm-hmm. Buy an incinerator. This is going to probably omit about a full hour's worth of work.
Really?
Because you don't have to replace the strainer and the whole connection to the sink. These things twist off, drop, and the new one can twist right into the old hardware. So you cut out a good hour. You're also an electrician. So hopefully you can take the cord off the old one and wire it to the new one. I'm not going to tell you how to wire it. We don't have the time here. But if you can't figure out, then it's time to call a plumber, and they will take care of it for you. Because most of them just have plugs you plug in underneath the sink, but you do have to rewire it properly into the connection. It's 2 wires, but it's and a ground, so it's not that difficult. But if you're not sure, you did a ceiling fan, you can do it. All right, now we'll move on. And what you want to do is, here's a big mistake. If you have a garbage disposal hose going to it, make sure you knock out the little knockout in there. A lot of people forget about that, and there's nowhere. The water can't go anywhere. You actually take a screwdriver and read the instructions and knock out that little plug. If you don't have one, you leave the plug in, of course, then it won't spray all over the house. So that's the one thing people forget. The toughest thing for me, and it should take about an hour and a half, is lifting that thing up while you're sitting on the floor and then twisting it into place. That is really hard for big guys. Little tiny guys, they get up in the sink.
Michael, you're a big guy or a little guy?
I can't get underneath there anymore. Right. So the last one I did, that was the hardest thing for me. And then the plumbing will be the same. You take off the old one, put on the new one. It's the same stuff. So it's just a matter of buying the exact one you have before. If you want to increase the horsepower, you can.
3/4 horse.
You can. But remember, it's heavier.
Yes, it is. Okay. It is. I want to tell you, the last one, we replaced that one. Man, it looked heavy as that guy was lifting it into place.
It's a solid motor, man.
I sat there watching him do it, and, man, it looked heavy.
It's all motor. It's just a little cup there and then a hose going out, and the rest is just a giant weave of copper.
It's a little too close to hard work for me.
Yeah, okay. Call Abacus if you're
That's what I'm thinking.
On Charlie's planet.
Yes. Whatever planet you're on.
It's a good planet.
Yes, whatever planet you're on, you'll find helpful advice just like this. More of these videos waiting for you at HomeShowRadio.com.